Hello everybody and welcome to another Top 5 Records video. Today I'm going to be talking about one of the most interesting listening experiences for me because I grew up in a household where the Rolling Stones were the band. My parents did not listen to the Beatles, so I got along with the Stones. The later 60s Stones, 70s, 80s Stones, I liked them. I grew up to them. I never understood the really early Stones. But that's gotta do with the fact that those early albums I heard downloaded stereo copies, and these stereo pressings, they just sound terrible. I discovered this album in the past year, their debut album, their first album, because I found the mono copy. Now, what I'm holding here is this one. This is the mono box version. It's a beautiful audiophile quality mono box, and I really love the box to death. This is the version I have here. Now, this is one I found earlier in this year. I found a 1970 reissue of the mono version, but it are the same stampers as this one, the really first pressing. Now, if I compare them side to side, this one was a mesmerizing situation for me because I had only heard the stereo version. And what I noticed, and you really need to put this with, need to put a mono needle on there because else it's not gonna work. This band goes deeper. This album has much more roughness to it. It has a much more better quality in mono. It needs that one speaker. It needs the sound to be centered in one speaker. And then the Rolling Stones punch you. They punch you like the Beatles could not punch you at the same time. Now, I'm not going to start a Beatles versus Stones discussion because I love the Beatles. Seriously, I love the Beatles. But this was much more rhythm and blues. I mean, they had much more of an edge to it. And this is a very nice, neat, and tight sounding representation of that album. It has a lot of definition, has brilliant criticism, and I understand that because this is a very good sounding pressing. Now, first thing I did was I compared it to this one. I believe this is the 6th reissue, but it's the first one on 70s vinyl. And there are some people who say that original stampers on 70s vinyl sound better because some people claim that 70s vinyl in the UK sounds better. I have yet to receive evidence of that. I do have brilliant sounding UK vinyl pressings, which are a very tough challenge for some 60s pressings. Well, I'm going to get into that when I'm going to compare this to the 1964 original version. But this one is a bit rough. It's rough around the edges. It sounds a little bit worn out. Nevertheless, this is not a way down different league from the beautiful mono reissues version, but it has a certain rough edges, and I believe some of the quality in the highs is lost. Like it's close to a bit of borderline distortion, you know, and not the good original borderline distortion. It's beautiful. If you find it, and you're not gonna pay more than 20 or 25 bucks for it, go ahead. This is a nice rough version. It doesn't have the detail the 2014 version has. Now, but these are the same stampers as this one, the original mono. So how does it sound? And this, everyone, this is the clear winner. It has, in my regard, the definition of the mono 2014 reissue, 2014, 2015. It came straight after the Beatles mono box. But it has more punch. It has more punch, and I believe it has more information in the highs. I really enjoy the way the highs are represented here. Now, there have been some comments that the 2014 is better in the low. I find that tough to say. I'm not sure about that. Might be that it's a little bit better defined. Overall, I prefer this first UK mono because it is detailed. It is very accurate. but it also has punch, edginess, great highs, great mids, and I really, really, really prefer this one. And this was the last version I bought, so there's no nostalgic element for me to it. It might be because it's the first UK mono, but pure sound-wise, listening blind, I would put this one on the top spot. Now, I listened to it with some of my friends, and they would put actually this one on the second spot. I'm not doing that. I will put the mono version, the mono box version, on the second place. But this one, this is the true gem for me. This captures the brilliant, arousing, wild power of the Rolling Stones. And that is interesting because this does not purely have to do with technical audiophile issues. It has to do with being able to experience the unique power of a band and what it meant at the same time. And what that meant is captured on this first UK mono. Beautiful pressing. Now, I'm curious, what are your experiences with this pressing? Leave a comment below and see you in the next video.